All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to dive into a really radical concept. Something that could completely flip the script on how we invent, how we create, and how we collaborate as a species. So let's kick things off with a pretty wild question. What if? What if we never had to reinvent the wheel ever again? Seriously, just imagine for a second. You get this flash of genius, a totally groundbreaking idea, and boom, you could instantly check if anyone anywhere has ever had that same thought. Right then and there, you know whether to build on what they started or pivot to something genuinely 100% new.
Okay, I know what you're probably thinking. Hang on, don't we kind of have tools for this already? And you know what? That's a totally fair point. So let's actually dig into that. Let's take a look at what's out there right now and see just how close our current tech really gets to this, well, pretty grand vision.
All right, so first up in our investigation, what's already out there? We're going to look at the best tools we have today. Search engines, huge collaboration platforms, and really see where they hit the mark and where they just fall short. So let's start with the big one, the giant in the room, Google. It is an absolute beast at mapping facts and all the connections between them. It knows who's who, what's what, where's where. But, and this is a really big but, it just can't map creativity. It has no way of telling you if that unique turn of phrase you just came up with, or that wild new scientific hypothesis, has ever existed before in that exact combination. And then there's Wikipedia, right? It's this incredible monument to what we can do when we collaborate globally. It's an amazing, amazing store of human knowledge. But it's got its limits. For one, it's not real time. It's always playing catch up. It's never truly complete, and it just can't track all the brand new combinations of ideas that are sparking into existence this very second.
Now, for all the developers watching, you're probably screaming, GitHub at the screen. And you're right. It is the absolute gold standard for working together on something and making it better piece by piece. But its incredible power is locked into one very specific world, the world of code. It just wasn't built for your new business idea, or a poem, or a philosophical argument.
So you start to see the pattern here, right? All of these amazing tools are incredibly powerful, but they all fall short. They're like different pieces of the puzzle. But this is what brings us to the thing that's gotten us the closest by far, and that's AI. And this quote right here, this really just nails the whole concept. It reframes everything. Because think about it, these huge AI models, they are already building these massive internal maps of human knowledge. They have to, just to work. The big problem is, it's all locked away inside a black box that we can't see. So the idea is simple, but it's profound. What if we could just crack that box open, make that incredible knowledge map public, so anyone in the world could browse it and even add to it? So, what does a system like that actually look like in practice? Well, that brings us to the big reveal. Let's talk about the concept of a global idea graph.
This global idea graph would really have 5 core jobs, and they all work together. Okay, so number 1, it maps pretty much every idea. 2, it instantly shows you what's already out there, so you don't waste time repeating things. 3, and this is crucial, it's open. Anyone can add their own idea to the global stack. 4, it's alive. It updates in real time as people are creating. And then there's number 5, which is maybe the most powerful part of all. It can actually spot true novelty. It can flag an idea that has genuinely never been seen before.
I love this way of thinking about it. It's like we're all building with the same giant box of Legos, a set of blocks that represents all of human knowledge. Instead of every single person having to start from scratch, building their own little thing in a corner, we could all see the giant structure we're building together. We could find the exact right spot to add our one unique piece to make the whole thing better.
Okay, so what's the big deal here? Why does any of this matter? Well, if a system like this actually existed, the impact would be, well, it wouldn't just be an improvement. It could kick off a completely new era of innovation.
Just think about the benefits here. They're kind of staggering. We could just slash all the time we waste reinventing things. We could speed up invention like crazy. We could help scientists and artists and entrepreneurs aim directly for the real frontier, the stuff that's truly new. This would be like pouring gasoline on the fire of global collaboration. We could literally raise the ceiling on human imagination itself.
And just to be super clear, we're not talking about another app here. This isn't just a better search engine or a new social network. The idea is so much bigger than that. It's more like a new, fundamental layer of infrastructure for civilization. Think of it like the invention of the power grid or the highway system, but for ideas. It would change the very way we think and create.
At its very core, you could just call it a global anti-repetition knowledge system. And what that really means is its number one job would be to stop us from constantly accidentally doing the same work over and over again in science, in art, in business. It would help make sure that all our collective brain power is always pushing into new territory.
Or hey, if you want to put it in an even more powerful way, you could call it a planetary imagination accelerator. Because it wouldn't just be a passive database, just storing what we already know. It would be an active engine designed to help us push the boundaries of what we can even imagine and what we can create together as a whole planet.
So yeah, let's just sum it up with this. It's not search. It's not social media. It is not another AI chat. The claim here is that this is the next major evolution of the internet. A whole new chapter.
And that leaves us with one last really fascinating thought to chew on. If this existed right now, today, if you had a complete map of every idea ever thought up, and you could see all the crowded cities of thought, but also all the vast, empty, unexplored continents, where would you go first? What untouched idea would you want to explore?